And Maine Maple Weekend is always a bit of a wild card in the weather department.
Sure is. Well, I think about, we joke that about St. Patrick's Day.
Yep.
Because I definitely remember a few that were mild and then others that snowed.
Right.
And that whole thing happens through May, right? It's well, you
Correct.
don't really know what you're going to get during that time of the year. We've got a bit of a thaw out there today. The rainfall rates have not been heavy, but it's been dreary. It's been wet, and the temperatures have been in the 40s. Look at Portland at 43. Look at Sanford 48 briefly. The mountains are actually not that warm, but the mid-levels and upper levels and everything is warm enough that this has been all rain for them, unfortunately, for quite a while, though they have not had many of these in about a month and a half, 2 months, so that's the good news. Last bit of snow moving out of Aroostook County with the warm front itself. Warm front situated right back here, cold front down here, and that's where the heavier rainfall is going to come in tonight. There may be a brief break in here where they're in between the warm front rain and the cold front rain, but likely there's still some drizzle, some low-level stuff hanging around even between those. Temperatures are warm tonight. Probably get a little bit warmer in a few spots into the upper 40s to around 50 degrees. Heavy downpours come through between 10 and midnight, it looks like, over southern and western Maine. Midnight and 2 a.m. or so in the mid-coast and into central Maine. And then down east Maine, it stalls out just a little bit here, so it's still raining through tomorrow morning. Probably 6 or 7 a.m. it's still raining over Washington County and into eastern Aroostook County too. For a lot of us tomorrow, though, it is a cloudy, mild day with some scattered showers around. There isn't a ton of total rainfall here. Temperatures stay elevated though, upper 40s to around 50 all day. So we do more melting of snowpack. Now, one little change in the forecast here is that originally the models had pushed this whole thing out of here on Thursday night, no problem. Lately, the last few runs, they've kind of pulled some moisture back into this on Thursday night over down east and northern Maine, and then the cold air from that cold front catches up with it and changes it over to snow. Now, typically, I'm kind of bearish on snow on the back end of a storm. So many times as a young weather weenie, I'd be hoping for a couple extra inches of snow on the backside of a storm. It almost never really works out. But we could still see, an inch or two maybe of snow on the backside Thursday night, Friday morning, just over northern Maine and down east Maine, and perhaps the high terrain here. Most of us aren't going to see much of anything. Just worth noting, especially in Aroostook County. Quiet for the weekend, couple snow showers Saturday, looks better on Sunday, and no major storms next week, but we will be watching a front on Wednesday that shall determine if we're on the party side of a front or on the sad side of a front. And usually we end up on the sad side this time of the year in Maine, but we'll see. I've got us at 40 to 50. The south side of that front is 60, which would be something. We haven't seen much of that this season. First things first, we'll get through the weekend. Looks quiet. Again, spring forward happens Saturday night, Sunday, so we'll be in the 6:30 sunset zone next week, regardless of if we're on the warm side of that front or not. It looks like we might take a little bit step back, cold for a couple of days late next week, and then back into the slightly warmer stuff. Our average this time of year is close to 40, so we're starting to...
You do those bar graphs frequently.
Yes.
I'd love to see the sort of roller coaster that we'll be on by the time we get to the end of the month.
Yeah, it's quite a bit. And like I said, and it continues indefinitely until summer, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Keith.